Good afternoon, everybody. So this is our Instructor Help this week, all about dealing with burnout at the end of the year. And it's incredibly common for this time of year for you to feel completely frazzled, especially if you've had a massive year of teaching, delivering, whatever it is that you've been doing. I think it's really important to reflect on planning over Christmas with regards to your work schedule and how much work can you afford to take off? How much work do you want to do? When do you want to break up for Christmas? And not feeling guilty for that. Because if you are feeling really burnt out, and you're feeling burnt out now, bearing in mind that this is, the 20th of November, you've still got Christmas to get through, not just from the perspective of teaching and working, but also normal Christmas with your family and the activities that you might be doing, things that are scheduled and planned, all of those kind of things. So when I was teaching in the community, I made sure I had a clear cut-off date. And to be honest, that last week of term, essentially, before you break up for Christmas with the kids, can be manic if you've got little people, because I found that those classes went very quiet anyway. A lot of people have got school nativities, plays, activities that they're doing, and they just can't get to class. You might want to think about having the option of doing online classes that week before Christmas. So maybe you stop your classes, I don't know, where are we at? Let's have a little look at the diary. If you are thinking that, that final week, the 18th of December, are you going to teach that week? Or are you going to actually break up your teaching from the 15th, 16th of December? And then that final week before Christmas, you could possibly do online classes and then have the option that people could then pay for the week, maybe do it like I do, $9.99, and film those classes. So essentially they're getting classes they can do anytime they want, and they can keep them so that they could do them maybe over Christmas and New Year instead. So really think about your schedule and try to make sure you're not overpacking your schedule. If you are going to teach that last week, you might want to do a condensed timetable, because again, people might not be around. And this not only gives you a break as an instructor, but it gives them a break as well. You've got to think, is it going to be really worth your while, teaching classes, for instance, on, the 21st, 22nd of December, live classes? Are people going to be there, or are people going to be really busy? And, it depends on whether or not as well you teach in a health club. They might have a reduced timetable anyway. Start planning now what you want to teach. Like where I teach my live classes, I teach on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So essentially for me, I had to make a decision, like, they were actually open on Boxing Day. Am I going to teach on Boxing Day? 100% no, I am not teaching on Boxing Day. I'm also not going to teach my live classes on the 27th. So if I can't get cover for those classes, they're going to get cancelled. The same for January. We've got New Year's Day on the Monday. Do you want to be teaching on the 2nd? Are you wanting to go back straight away? If you were in the community, I would highly suggest that maybe you don't go back to teaching until the schools go back, until maybe even the 8th of January. You might be thinking, but Kelly, I can't be without money that much. Are you really going to be without money? Because are people actually going to come back straight away on the 2nd or on the 3rd of January? If the kids are still off, I can guarantee they won't be coming back, not straight away. So you think about now what your schedule is going to look like for the 2 weeks of Christmas. And if you are feeling you are really, really burnt out, try not to commit yourself to too much. You need to give yourself downtime. And even if you haven't got children, You need to give yourself time that you are going to have as a holiday. And this is a perfect time for you to take time off, because people aren't going to be wanting to exercise over Christmas. It's definitely a time that if you are new to running your own business, be busy throughout the year and make sure that you've got time during the Christmas holidays to be able to actually take time off for you so that you can recover. Because if you are feeling completely burnt out, for you to pack up your, and pack out your schedule even more over Christmas or over December, you're going to end up either ill, exhausted, or not being able to give teaching your absolute all. As well, think about this, like, for instance, those of you that came on the summit or saw the summit this weekend, it was a massive weekend for us. We've been planning it for a long time. It's a lot of work that goes involved. Of course, I was teaching 5 sessions. I'm absolutely exhausted today. Is there any point me training today? 0 point me training today, because I'm absolutely exhausted. I feel like I've almost got jet lag. It's that kind of feeling. So with regards to me teaching, absolutely, I've taught my class this morning in our VIP group. This talk I'm delivering. We've got a class later tonight, which again, I'm teaching, and I've taught my live classes. But apart from that, my day is about recovering, and it's about resting. And I think if you're feeling that sensation of burnout, you have to learn to rest. Don't stop. It's not about giving up. It's about learning to rest when you need to rest. So if you've had like a big work schedule weekend, give yourself a couple of down days. And then, get back then on track with what you want to do. It's learning to rest, not quit. A lot of people, may feel completely burnt out, and they might be thinking, oh God, I just can't get myself to the gym. I can't train for me today. I'm just too tired. Okay, no problem. Don't train today, but then rest. Don't do stuff that you don't have to do. Recover. Let your body heal. Let your mind heal. Have that recovery, and then absolutely then crack on with what you want to do. You'll recover so much better. Also, as well, with burnout, you've got to think, am I mentally tired or am I physically tired? And if I'm mentally tired, then I need to do things that are going to help my brain recover. So I need to make sure I'm fueling my body right. I'm giving myself good nutrients, getting in lots of good oily fish, getting in lots of good fats for the omegas to give me some brain power. And I need to not have to be pushing myself to the limit with regards to brain power. So have that recovery. If I'm physically tired, why am I physically tired? Am I physically tired because I haven't had enough sleep, or because I've been over-exercising, or have I been, overdoing it with social events? What's the cause? Think about what the cause is. What's caused you to be so burnt out, physically or mentally, and then deal with that. So on reflection, for me personally, we haven't had a holiday, not a proper holiday this year at all. We had a long weekend in Barcelona, and we've had little weekends away. That's it. But we haven't had a proper holiday, which is very unusual for us, because we normally have around 3 holidays per year. And on reflection of that, obviously we've got our big holiday in South Africa coming up in a couple of weeks. On reflection of that, I will not do that again, because it's not served either Jason or I very well. Yes, we've been super, which has been amazing. We've been very, very busy with body transformation, but we've now got to a stage where we feel like we haven't had any recovery. So, South Africa's going to hit, and we're going to really enjoy that holiday, but we're probably going to feel like we need another one afterwards. So for me personally, it's much better for me to actually have scheduled holidays throughout the year. And that's something that I have to reflect on. So yeah, we're going away for South Africa in December. And then absolutely, I am taking time out over Christmas, because you've got to reflect on what's worked for you and what hasn't worked for you. And if you are having this sensation of feeling burnt out, listen to yourself. Learn to rest, whatever it is you need to do, either physically or mentally, but then learn to recover and learn to heal and think about what's working with regards to your schedule, what you want to do and what you don't need to do. If you've got a hybrid business, then make sure there are things in place where you can be delivering classes online, pre-record them, send them out to all your people so you can have that downtime, you can have that recovery. So I really hope that's helped, and I would love to know your thoughts. I would love to know your questions with how you're feeling right now, what you've got planned, what you're going to put in as a plan of action to help you recover. And obviously, if you need any more help and support, I'll be doing that in the WhatsApp group for our instructor group for this VIP. But any questions, give me a shout. Learn to look after yourself so that you don't struggle with regards to being completely burnt out. Hope that helps, gang. Speak to you soon.